I'm here with Matthew Judson, who is a member of Christians on the Left and volunteer with us. So Matthew, tell us about what got you involved or interested in politics.
That's a very good question, actually. I think really it started for me from my own experience. My dad works for a Christian NGO working in the Middle East. So I've spent quite a number of years living in the Middle East. We were in Jordan for a couple of years and more recently in Cyprus. And some of the experiences I've had there have really persuaded me of the need for a government that cares for its people. So in Jordan, there's a need for a few things in terms of economic development. There's a need for the government to invest in infrastructure and in services, and a need for the economy to work, the market economy to take hold. More recently in Cyprus is a country that, obviously there's a higher level of economic development, but it is a country that has experienced a number of difficult events in the past. Turkish invasion and the legacy of division that's still there. Also more recently the banking crisis that almost crashed the entire economy a few years ago are both really significant issues and really made me think about the need for government and communities and business to all work together to provide a functional society to benefit all the citizens. And
what activities are you involved in now?
I'm involved in an awful lot of activities now, actually. I'm on a gap year at the moment, so I finished school last summer. In the autumn I'll be going to university, to Oxford, to study philosophy, politics and economics. That's obviously a big opportunity, but I'm using this intervening year to gain as much experience as I can. So a couple of days a week I'm here at Christians on the Left, helping to run the office, contributing to political campaigns on significant issues like tax and poverty, and just building networks and relationships with like-minded people. I'm also working at my old sixth form as a mentor for students with special needs. As someone who has special needs and who received support myself when I was there, it's really, I know how important it is to provide support to those kinds of people. We think so much about opportunity and about aspiration and how many A's can we get, how many students can we get going to the top universities. And I really think we'd be missing out on something. We'd be letting people down if we didn't work hard to provide those opportunities for the most vulnerable students as well. And what I do is a part of trying to make that a reality. I also work for Urban Saints, who are a Christian youth charity. My role is administrative, but I'm one cog in a machine that delivers youth work and resources to thousands of young people across the country. So that's really important as well. I've also learned a lot from volunteering in my own church's youth work, and that's really made me think about what I believe. Also about being a role model. Am I someone that someone 5 years younger than me can look up to and think, I want to be like him?
And how does your faith and your Christian belief relate to these things that you're involved in?
Well, I think Christianity relates to what I do in a number of ways. I think it is, it's so much part of my life and what I believe. I think politically and in terms of philosophy as well, people are asking questions, people want to work out what's their place, what do things mean. My feeling is that the Bible, the message of salvation, that the gospel actually has a lot of answers, and that's actually a really clear and a really relevant message that actually people need to be hearing. So that underscores a lot of my thinking about many of these big questions. Also, what strikes me in the Bible is the way that God loves and cares for everything that He's made. And so surely if we want to be more like Him and if we want to be His children, it's incumbent on us to love and care for people and the planet as well. And so that really seems to me to be something that is central to the Christian faith. And also the example of Jesus. There are so many examples of him really standing up and fighting on behalf of the disadvantaged and the vulnerable. And again, if we want to follow his example, that is something we need to do as well in our lives. And so that's something that I do, or at least I try to do in some of the things I'm doing. But it's something I'm looking forward to working out more for myself as I mature and develop, and obviously as I go to university and study these things in more depth. So who knows where I'll be a few years from now. The world is my oyster, and I look forward to cracking it open.
Thanks very much for speaking to us, Matthew.